Hello, hi. Today I want to talk about, ascendance. Okay, transcendence. Okay, so I have this concept that you can go beyond your physical body just by being aligned with the core self. So the core self is who you were before you were in your physical body, which is just energy. So energy is, how do I describe energy? Energy is basically light and sound that accumulates to basically form layers and layers and layers and layers upon itself until it's what you are, which is a soul. And because every single soul or energy ball or energy body was created at a different point in time or from a different aspect of like the thing that makes up souls or energy balls. I don't know how to explain this. It's so weird. So basically there's a giant energy ball that we would call God, which is like sound and light that created itself. This is so hard to explain. But basically, sound and light that it created itself, that by creating itself, it created different parts of itself, like organs, that make up us, which is like a giant fractal of energy that in each part of itself makes up a point of energy that makes what we are. And in what we are, it moves to another part of this whole energy system that ultimately puts us in a certain time or place once we move from where we originally were. And what we want to do is be able to be aware of where we originally were and where we moved in this whole system by while we're in this illusory world on Earth. We want to be able to see past the symbols of our day-to-day life and the rhythms of our day-to-day life and be able to embody this energy, this soul, this inner child, this inner light, this clear light, and then be aware of where we came from and find the ability to move back and forth. Some of us came from great distances because we'd like to be on Earth for a long, long time. Some of us, so when we go back, as we're going back to where we came from, while we're living our day-to-day lives, we experience weird dreams, we experience weird thought patterns in our day-to-day life. We might come across as crazy or insane. We might be drawn to like abstract art or the things that we love, which are symbols of where we come from. Every person is different. Every person is perfect. Every person is beautiful in this energetic sense. But as soon as we break through into Earth and then we get hurt, we formulate a shell over this soul, which doesn't really exist. It's just the way that we're perceiving the world. It's like a sickness that stops us from perceiving the world, but it's not a sickness because it just adds another lens or color to how we are moving in our day-to-day life that can keep us stuck. And then while we're stuck in a certain way, the energy ball or energy or soul starts to lose its energy, and then it loses its ability to absolutely regenerate the physical body, move past intellectual or identity concepts, or get out of conflict in our relationships. And when we do this thing that I'm suggesting, just sitting down in your bed, relaxing to the point where you can be aware of your heartbeat, be aware of that brainwave sound, be aware of the colors and the phosphenes, resting in that position, whether your eyes are open or not, because I like to do this thing where I sit in my room, and I was doing this early in the day, where I turn off this ring light and I sit in my room, and I like the color to be red because red light doesn't mess with your sleep patterns. And I lie down, and I just observe with my eyes, and I kind of freeze, and then I change the colors of the room by just allowing like a giant phosphene to formulate over my eyes. And there's a weird thing, actually, I don't really know what it is. I would say it's like kind of like a bat that uses extra sensory echolocation. I kind of like ping this like kind of like brainwave out, and then I just kind of like open my eyes in a gaze, and then I shift. I start seeing a phosphene from the light in the room, and then it reflects the opposite color of the entire room in the room. So if the room is red, it starts to look like a teal color. But you can do this while you're lying down, and this is what meditation, the whole point of meditation is, to be able to lie down, to transcend your physical body by being just what you are, and then focusing on what you want to focus. You can focus on your heart. You become your heart. You focus on the tinnitus in your brain. You become sound. You focus on a person that you want to connect with. You become that person. And then when you come back into your day-to-day life and move around in your physical body, because you were something other than what you are when you're just moving around in your day-to-day life, your brainwaves are more in sync. The sound of your body is more in harmony, and then you're more relaxed. And that's just what relaxation is. So I hope this helps. Peace.